just to make sure. Do any judges have any questions at the moment? We're all clear? Everybody understands everything's going to happen, right? Awesome. Judges, please help me welcome the team from Italy. Plus, come on. You will now have 3 minutes to review the annual report.
Check.
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 Yeah.
Works. Check. What a frame.
One minute until the presentation begins. You may now begin your presentation.
How much you think the cosmetic sector impacts on the environment? On average, each person, like me and you, uses 10 cosmetics a day. Each year, the sector produces 120 billion units of personal care products, most of which are packed in plastic. Can you imagine how large this amount is? With 1 year's products, you can fill 12 times the Empire State Building. These packagings, once they brought this purchase, have an average life of 1 single month and then become waste. Today, only 9% of the plastic produced is recycled, and according to experts, by 2050, more than 12,000 metric tons of plastic, the equivalent of 5 Olympic-sized swimming pools, will end up in the sea due to poor waste management. These issues should concern all of us, but are the new generations who demonstrate to be more sensitive to climate change and environmental problems. In recent years, protests for a more sustainable world risen more and more, involving 7.6 million of students in 2,500 cities around the world.
I'm sorry, we have to ask the team to start again. We had trouble with the streaming, so we want everybody, including the online judges, to have the complete experience. Sorry for that. We're live. We have a signal now. Sorry for the online judges.
It's fine, thank you.
It was good practice. We're back? Okay. So
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a quick countdown so you can relax again. Great start, by the way.
Thank
Sorry
you.
for that for the
No,
in-person
don't worry.
judges. Okay,
It's okay.
we're gonna restart the clock. You may now begin your presentation.
How much you think the cosmetic sector impacts on the environment? On average, each person, like me and you, uses 10 cosmetics a day. Each year, this sector produces 120 billion units of personal care products, most of which are packed in plastic. Can you imagine how large this amount is? With 1 year's products, you can fill 12 times the Empire State Building. These packagings, once they brought this purchase, have an average life of 1 single month and then become waste. Today, only 9% of the plastic produced is recycled, and according to experts, by 2050, more than 12,000 metric tons of plastic, the equivalent of 5 Olympic-sized swimming pools, will end up in the sea due to poor waste management. These issues should concern all of us, but are the new generations who demonstrate to be more sensitive to climate change and environmental problems. In recent years, protests for a more sustainable world risen more and more, involving 7.6 million students in 2,500 cities around the world. It is thanks to new awareness that the green cosmetics has recently increased to represent 15% of the entire sector, invoicing in Italy 1.6 billion euros in the last year. So what can be the solution for a more sustainable cosmetic sector? If you go back in time, when creams or conditioners were not present in our homes, people used to treat their bodies with natural products. In some countries, such as Africa, this still happens very often. Coconut oil, mango, avocado, or shea butter are completely natural products that have always been used as only one cosmetic thanks to the countless properties. Worldwide, interest in these natural products is growing, and for this reason, we've decided to focus on it. Shea butter, a natural cosmetic with numerous benefits for the skin, is produced in an area of Northern Africa called the Shea Belt.
It has always been women
With the artisanal production, following traditional methods from the production of walnuts to their processing to the sale of the finished product. But unfortunately, in Africa, the sale of this product is still unprofitable due to strong competition and low prices. While in the rest of the world, shea butter costs $200 per kilo. And its market will reach $9 million in the next 5 years. For this reason, we've created Shea Matters. Our project aims to create a commercial bridge between Africa and Italy that allows the introduction of natural care products in a more profitable market.
First, we got in touch with Nazara, a shea butter producer who lives in poverty in a village called Gubungu in Ghana. Nazara runs a cooperative of butter-producing women and also works as a teacher in the village school. These women produce shea butter by hand, ensuring a natural and high-quality product. From Ghana, the butter is shipped to Italy, where it is packed, resold, and part of the proceeds are reinvested so that we can improve the quality of life of the village. But what are we as Shea Matters doing concretely? After having found our main partner in Mercato in March 2021, one of the largest fair trade cooperatives in Italy, we decided to focus on product development. In December, we bought our first 200 kilograms of butter from the cooperative at a fair price for the workers. These regular purchases that we'll make will also allow us to ensure a more stable salary for the women who previously lived on occasional orders. In the meantime, our team has been involved in the design of our butter pack, which follows our values of social and environmental sustainability. The butter pack consists of a fully recyclable glass, an aluminum jar, and also a paper box made from food waste, which is structured to actually avoid the use of glue in assembly. In January, once the butter arrived in Italy, it was analyzed by Aura, which is a B Corp made up of women who specialize in cosmetic analysis. And subsequently, it was packaged by Ingabbiano, which is a social cooperative which deals with giving jobs and work to disabled people. Once we got the final product, we decided to explore the market following different paths. To better analyze the physical channels, we decided to collaborate with our main partner, Mercato. Thanks to our network of shops, we're able to bring our product to shelves all over Italy, selling more than 1,000 jars. This experiment has shown us that our product is in great demand and is actually appreciated by customers in the fair trade sector. However, the hypothesized priority sales channel is online. This is because we would like to reach an ideal target, young people who are interested in the green cosmetics sector, who are increasingly buying through digital platforms. For this reason, we launched a crowdfunding event on Epola, which was supported by the sponsorship provided by some influencers and content creators who deal and discuss natural cosmetics. Thanks to the experiment, we were able to test our logistics chain by shipping the customers our final product, create awareness on the project, and also reach hundreds of people. These were only a first step into promoting our product, and it will end with the opening of our definitive e-commerce by 2023, which would guarantee higher margins.
Of course, we're not going to stop. At Shea Matters, we want to create an entire line of sustainable cosmetics that have shea butter as the main ingredient. A broader product portfolio would allow us to grow our business, to buy more butter by increasing the salaries of the workers and creating new jobs in Ghana. Meanwhile, our team has also studied the production process of shea butter in Ghanaian territory, becoming aware of the large amount of waste that is produced. We are therefore developing 2 new methods to transform waste in resources for the village. We are developing a fertilizer whose main component is biochar, obtained by the pyrolysis of the shea shells, a sustainable process that does not emit CO2. This product is very useful to make the soil more fertile and to absorb heavy metals and impurities. The fertilizer will be produced directly by Nazara Cooperative that could sell it in the area by increasing her product portfolio. We are also studying a biogas system for the village, starting from the waste. Biogas is a sustainable alternative to fossil fuels, and it's easy to produce. The biogas system will help the village to switch to a more sustainable energy source and reduce the CO2 emissions. Meanwhile, we also got in touch with a Ghanaian researcher from Timeo University that has knowledge about reusing shea production waste. This will help us to have a direct impact on the cooperative by implementing reusing strategies directly in Ghana. So, speaking about impacts, during summer 2022, we purchased school supplies for 660 children of the village. And by 2023, we will also be able to purchase an electric grinder to make the butter production less tedious. Meanwhile, our team is also working on a micro-energy grid for the village, powered by solar panels, a reforestation plan of shea trees, and a renovation plan for the water wells. What we have told you so far is not enough to present our mission. Our project is about the women workers and all the people living in Kumbungu. It's about the importance of a human approach to business and the fight of plastic pollution. We must not forget our self-care due to climate anxiety. We can change our behavior gently, generation next to generation, and be in harmony with our planet. This is our project. We believe in shea butter because shea matters and she matters.
Oceans are the Earth's lung, and oysters help them breathe. But how does it work? Our oceans are home to hundreds of thousands of marine species, and they always had the function of absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. But sadly, humans have disturbed this exchange by leading to the acidification of the water, which is provoking the disappearance of seaable organisms and reef. Their death is affecting the entire marine environment, waking corals, altering fish's sense of smells, and making the marine environment noisier. But oysters filter seawater, and by doing so, they contribute to its cleaning from carbon and nitrogen. And the latter is the major responsible of water acidification. So oysters are precious resources, and we cannot afford to dispose them incorrectly, wasting their potential. In fact, carrying out more detailed research in the shellfish industry, we discovered that in Italy, even if shells are made of inorganic materials, they are treated as organic waste. But in this way, they are not used to their full potentials. So, from these problems, Oyster to Life was born. With our project, we will collect oyster shells from restaurants and companies, removing them from the common waste disposal and giving them second life. Our aim is to recreate favorable conditions in the marine ecosystem of the Venice Lagoon in Italy, creating reef with oyster shells. This is because this reef can help the little oyster larvae to survive, grow, and contribute to the process of desacidification of the water. In addition, this reef can also be home to the other species. But where are we now? We are now preparing the launch of the project pilot through a collaboration with the Marine Resource Centers, and this pilot will start at the beginning of 2023. We are also collaborating with Step Green Tech, an innovation hub and accelerator for startups, which is helping us in finding the right marketing strategy. Then, for our business model, we took inspiration from other successful startups that allow solutions for the environment. Our idea is to sustain the project, giving people and companies the opportunity to adopt a part of their reef to monetary donations and giving them periodical updates in exchange for it. Then we also target two types of customers, individuals and businesses. And then our main costs will be related to logistics, shell treatments, and reef monitoring. To validate our business idea, we also conducted a survey to understand people's interest in the marine ecosystem and our project. And from the results, we understood that in Italy, there's not much awareness of these issues, but there's the will to invest in sea preservations and of course in projects like ours. Well, this is Oyster to Life. And remember, everyone deserves a second chance. Second life for oysters, Oyster to Life.
We're students committed to making a sustainable growth of our planet. We are Enactus UK.
The presentation has now ended, and we will begin the question and answer period. Judges may now ask questions.
Hello and congrats for your presentation. My question will be, why did you decide the shea butter to do it in Africa, and how did you make contact with the business with the women's?
So the decision of making the butter in Africa was because it is actually easier to have the production there and import it here. Our relationship with Nasara, which is the woman that we are in contact with and have a partnership, is a personal relationship that then became a economical one thanks to Equimercato, which is our main partner. They're the ones who are actually managing this relationship, and we are able to connect with them thanks to also their actual experience on the field. So this is.
Can I add? Shea butter is able to produce like only in the shea belt in that specific area of Ghana and in that specific area of Africa, and and also the market in Africa for selling the shea butter is saturated, and so the women producing shea butter are not able to resell directly to Europe, where the margins will be way higher. But and so they just sell it to people who resell it in Europe, so they don't gain enough, and so we thought that was a really good business opportunity for that. Thank you for the question.
Enactus Polemy was born a couple of years ago, and one of the founders has African roots, and he knows a lot about shea butter production, and that's why we went into that direction.
Thank you. We currently have no questions online at the minute, so we're going to take another one from the room.
Hello, first, congratulations. I admire you all. It was very inspiring. And I know it's sometimes very difficult to be up there and representing your country. So my question will be for the Shea matters. And are there any required government regulations like FDA approvals or safety testing for you guys to be selling this product?
Okay. For what concerns the testing, we import the shea butter in Italy, and one is in Italy. We have Aura that certifies the quality of the butter, and once it's certified, it takes almost a month. Then it's packaged and sold. So we have this certification.
Do we have any questions online?
Thank
Super.
you.
Any other questions? We've still got 2 minutes left. Let's go away. It'll be a painful 2 minutes. Okay, good.
Have you thought about adding value in Ghana instead of doing it in Italy, you know, where the value of the exported product is greater, like packaging or some other activity that adds value to the shea butter?
Thank you for the question. We're actually evaluating this opportunity because we know that all of the implementations and development that the project would have and is planned to have would be way more easier to implement directly on the territory. But for the moment, it was way easier for us to have the supply chain in Italy. And for that, we are also planning to expand our contacts and our producers and our product portfolio with others, companies and collectives of women producing other authentic and original products from Ghana and Africa, like black soap, and yeah, that's it. You want to add?
Yeah, it would be black soap, solid shampoo. We conducted some surveys on what could be the products that would be more profitable right now, and also just based on the interest on the topic, and that would be the main ones. Thank you for the question, by the way.
Time has expired. Judges, please join me in thanking and congratulating the team from Politecnico di Milano, Italy's national champion. to submit your evaluations of the team. And in short time, we will receive the team from France. Just as a reminder, the visual presentation should not have an impact on your evaluation. You're evaluating the work, you're evaluating the project. Audiovisual presentation is just an aid. It's not part of the criterion to select a winning project. I bet you know that. Audiovisual, we do not have signal at the moment on the streaming. And we're going to give them as many minutes of this. Yeah, about 2 minutes. Stand by. I encourage you to please give some comments on your experience to the project so that they can just add some feedback, not just the numbers. Give them a piece of your mind so that they can improve their projects. They will read it, they will all receive all your feedback, so that's always great help for the projects. So you have a 1 minute to submit your evaluations, and we will welcome the team from France. Judges, please help me welcome the team from France. The University of Princess Strasbourg.
Bonjour.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
One minute to go. You may now begin your presentation.
Could you imagine living in a world without energy? No coal, no oil, no gas.
Today, we use energy for everything. But at the same time, we are completely dependent on pollutant fossil energies. At a worldwide scale, we use only 11% of renewable energy, but we all agree we need more for a sustainable world. Today, we are living in a world energy crisis in which resources has become rare and expensive.
But not only our energy bills are rising, the world's temperature is rising too.
It's time to act.
Dear audience, I'm Erika, Head of Legal and Human Resources.
I am Robin, Chief Operation Officer.
Aurore, CFO and Sales Manager.
And I'm William, CEO.
And we miss Daniel, our CMO, who stayed in France to manage our social mission company. We are from Strasbourg, we represent France, and we have the solution.
So on one hand, we need more low carbon sources of energy, and on the other hand, humans produce an enormous quantity of waste. What if we could create energy with something we all have in our waste bin, organic waste?
In fact, it is possible to create energy from a simple organic waste, like a banana peel. A banana peel is composed of 80% of water and 20% of carbon. If we put the banana peel in an oxygen-free environment, microorganisms will degrade the matter, absorb the carbon, and release biomethane. This is what we call anaerobic digestion.
To be crystal clear, the banana peel or any organic waste is easily transformed into biogas or compost. Biogas is a renewable source of energy which can be used locally to cook, to heat houses, to create biofuel or even electricity. Compost is a natural organic fertilizer which feeds and protects the soils.
In France, right now, waste is incinerated or landfilled. It's a complete nonsense and an ecological disaster.
1/3 of domestic waste or organic waste, like fruit and vegetables peelings, food leftovers, coffee grounds, or even garden waste. Every year in France only, 30 million tons of organic waste could be used to produce renewable energy.
But why are all these waste wasted? Because in European countries, 2/3 of the population live in cities where waste management is a huge challenge because of many constraints like lack of space, pollution, reasons. It all started when we arrived as students to Strasbourg and there were no existing solution. In fact, in 2019, our needs assessment showed that 90% of inhabitants of large French cities don't sort their organic waste, but 85% of them are willing to do this sorting if they had a simple solution close by. As well, a European directive has been wanted, which indicates that at the end of 2023, the sorting of bio-waste will be mandatory for all companies and cities in the EU. So I should be thinking about solutions by now.
In addition to reducing waste and providing clean energy, there is a huge business opportunity, and this is why we co-founded Green Phoenix.
Our company creates a local circular economy. We collect waste with our cargo bike and then it is transformed into biogas and compost. Biogas is a clean energy for the city and compost is sold to local farmers to grow new fruits and vegetables.
Our cargo bikes make it easy to travel through urban areas without noise, without congestion, and without CO2 emissions. Our services are intended for professionals and individuals. For professionals, we collect the bio-waste directly in their premises. We collect restaurants, florists, bakeries, and even offices. Last month, our average revenue per client was around $200. For individuals, we collect the bio-waste thanks a network of collection points through the city where they can easily deposit their organic waste. We work with local authorities to sign public procurement contracts and provide this service.
Today, local authorities and professionals pay us for the collection of the organic waste.
After the collection, we massify all the organic waste in a warehouse before it is transformed. The recovered biogas and compost are used locally and close the virtuous cycle from a banana to a new banana. This local circular economy is profitable, scalable, and replicable in any city in France, in Europe, and in the world.
Our goal with Green Phoenix is to spread carbon-free collection and local organic waste valorization. This is such an obvious source of green energy with something we all have, even when there is no energy supply.
The competition is major waste collectors implemented in France. However, they only collect organic waste by truck, which is polluting and not practical in city centers. And a few small competitors are collecting organic waste by cargo bike, but have a limited capacity of 200 kilograms. And that's why we needed to innovate. We designed a new cargo bike capable of transporting a payload up to 400 kilograms. It is easy to load, compatible with European and American pallets, and allows us to transport waste much faster.
Our cargo bike carries twice as much waste as our competitors. And we patented our innovation and we named it Atlas because it will transport the world.
But our innovation doesn't stop there. In order to solve this huge ecological challenge, we are implementing educational action to raise awareness of individuals and professionals. Imagine if together we all sort our organic waste, the great impact we could have with this simple act every day.
We started working on Green Phoenix 3 years ago when we were all students. Since then, our entrepreneurial journey has been so rich and intense.
So it started in 2019 with an ideation phase. Then we launched a crowdfunding campaign that reached 200% of our goal. We created our company in September 2020, and then we made our proof of concept by implementing collect into weekly market in Strasbourg and also starting to collect professionals.
We also tested the prototype of our cargo bag and patented it. We won many entrepreneurships and competition and prizes during these 3 last years.
This last academic year, it accelerated. We signed 2 strategic partnerships to build our end-to-end local circular economy. Our first partner is Lingeneld Environment, which is a major actor in recycling, which transforms our bio-waste into biogas and compost. The second partner is EDF Local Affiliate, which is selling the recovered biogas. These 2 partners secured our local economy. In March 2022, we launched our first product, compost bags.
More than 1,200 families deposit their organic waste in our collection points, and our B2B business is now consolidated with 27 professionals, including Auchan and EM Strasbourg Business School. 2 years ago, we collected 7 tons in 4 months. Last year, we collected 7 tons of waste in 1 month, and today, each week, we collect 7 tons of waste.
We multiplied our turnover by 4 on this year.
And in September 2022, we signed a $100,000 contract with the Strasbourg wholesale market. It represents the collection of 300 of organic waste per year. Tons of organic waste per year, sorry. Thanks to our growing activity, we started to pay ourselves and we even created 3 new jobs.
In 2023, we plan to reach 500 tons of organic waste collected by duplicating our model in 3 new cities and creating 5 new jobs.
Our activity responds to the 5 main challenges of the Sustainable Development Goal, including
Goal 7 by creating local biogas.
Goal 9 by the invention of our cargo bike, Atlas.
Goal 11 by providing a waste management solution and clean energy to the city.
Goal 13 because we create a low carbon business.
And goal 15 by returning compost to the soil.
Dear audience, when a person dreams, it's just a dream. But when we all dream, it's the beginning of a new reality. We have everything to transform our city. It's time to be green. We have a solid business model and 2 years of field experience.
We have a skilled and dynamic team.
We have innovation and leadership.
We have significant positive environmental and social impact.
We are Green Phoenix representing Enactus France.
We will now begin the Q&A session.
Hi guys, excellent presentation. I wanted to ask, have you guys decided on which 3 cities you're going to expand to?
Thank you for your question. Yeah, for the city we target, we want to maybe develop in the region in France. This is maybe more secure and the way to do Strasbourg and city next in the region.
Can I check if there's any online questions, Jorel? No? Super.
Congratulations, guys. I have 2 questions. The first one is, who is your biggest competitor in the industry? And the second one is, what is the cost of the cargo bike? Cargo bike is the... Yeah.
Thank you for your question. The first, our biggest competitors are major actor in France, like Suez, Veolia, if you know it. They collect a lot of cities in France, but we see it differently. We can complete their activity where they can not go in city center, and this is really what we want to do: collect highly dense urban areas. And for the cargo bike we developed, and the cost is around $15,000.
Any online questions?
Great presentation. How does your energy the process that you do for energy compare to fossil energy in terms of amount of energy created?
Thank you for your question. Maybe a detail with a percentage of each. For Strasbourg, for example, the biogas represent around 5% of energy, renewable energy, compared to fossil energy. But if we all sort our organic waste, we can reach up to 15 to 20%.
Questions?
Hello, great presentation. So you partner with two different companies. What's your specific role within that project?
Thank you for your question. Can you repeat it? I didn't understand the end.
The role of the partners.
The role of the partners.
Yes.
So it's they help us to develop this circular and virtuous economy. We collect the bio-waste by cargo bike, Lingonel environment, transform it into biogas and compost locally in Strasbourg, and then all the biogas is sold to EDF local affiliate, to local inhabitants or professionals, and the compost go to farmers next to the city. And together we form this local economy.
Who is currently picking up the compost, the bio-waste? Is it employees or is it outsourced? How are you guys doing it?
Thank you for your question. Can you repeat it, please?
Who's currently picking up the bio-waste? Like, is it outsourced or is it you guys or employees? How are you doing it?
Thanks for your question. So when we started 2 years ago, it was ourselves, and now we have 3 employees. They do the collection, and then we have more time to the other mission to go pick up new client, for example.
Online question from Rene. What is your biggest challenge at the moment?
Thank you for the question. Our biggest challenge is to develop our local model in other cities. We want to do the same in other cities to collect, create energy, and all return for the city. Create new resources locally. It's our goal for 2023.
Your time has expired. Judges, please help me thank you. The team from INSA Strasbourg, National Champion Conference. Judges, you may now review the team online. Please add some feedback, give them a piece of your mind so they can improve their project. Good feedback is always welcome. En un minutito. Judges, please help me welcome the team from the United Kingdom, the team from the University of Nottingham. The microphones are over there if you need. We are gonna give them my microphone, so I'm gonna do it without a microphone. We just have the lunch. Yeah, we're just gonna screen it.
Hi, my name's Sarah. Hi, I'm Lily. Hi, I'm Alice.
Hi, I'm Ramneek.
Hi, I'm Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Annabelle.
We're gonna change microphone. First, make sure that we pick the right one. So that they can have it down. 1 minute before your presentation begins. 1 minute. You may now begin your presentation.
True Enactus is a community of students, academics, and business leaders collaborating to create sustainable, positive impact.
At Enactus United Kingdom, we create impact not through one-off interventions, but by developing socially minded enterprises that span years of design.
Today, we are proud to share with you 3 of our impact companies, Foodprint, Razoration, and Ecologico.
Starting with Foodprint.
Sneinton, less than 5 minutes from our university, a community where on the same street that people are choosing between heating and eating, perfectly edible food is being thrown away.
Living in the UK is rising and it's changing people's lives.
We either have to eat and be cold or be warm and starve.
This is our reality, a developed nation that still has over 20% of our population living in poverty.
With the lives of our community at risk, we took action where others had failed and built Nottingham's first social supermarket.
We partner with local and national organisations to take their perfectly edible food destined for landfill. We then stock our purpose-built community store with heavily discounted food and household goods. The local community then shop at a price that is 40% cheaper without the stigma that comes with accessing food banks.
Unlike many, we have zero food waste. Any food not sold is donated to local community partners or made into feed for livestock. This year, we have saved over £150,000 of food from landfill and 524 tonnes of CO2 from entering our atmosphere. That's the equivalent of 37,000 meals saved, enough to feed every one of us here 3 meals a day for 4 months.
Foodprint is not a project. It is a community interest company, which makes us directors of a social enterprise.
An enterprise that has generated over £100,000 of revenue this year, generating an 89% surplus that we reinvested to expand and deepen our impact.
We're proud of the 48 staff and volunteers who work directly with our beneficiaries to adapt our intervention model to create measurable, lasting improvements on people, planet, and prosperity.
Adaptations like diversifying our supply chain to integrate fair share, doubling our weekly food supply to over £3,500.
Keeping our store open longer, helping us to serve 65% more customers and increasing our weekly transactions by 103%.
Introducing Foodprint on wheels, supporting those hard to reach by taking the store to them.
Establishing a pay-as-you-feel model, an innovative solution to excess stock, which has contributed to a 288% increase in revenue since March 2021.
And finally, we expanded our community redistribution program to over 10 partner organizations who we support in feeding over 1,800 individuals each week.
People, I see on the people's face after they come and get the food at such low prices from the store. So that's a brilliant experience.
And Foodprint has helped us a lot. Really glad with all the donations we got from you that made the meals possible.
Since our incorporation, we've managed change in dynamic environments with an agile approach. We've shown that Foodprint is a self-sustainable, capacity-building impact company.
Taking personal responsibility, we made the challenging decision to pass our flagship business over to our long-term collaborator, Kimmer, a local grassroots charity with an outstanding record.
Foodprint is thriving under new management with a second branch already planned. We are proud to be truly beneficiary-led.
What if we told you that all of us in this room today are only 3 decisions away from homelessness. A life on the streets, a life without support, perhaps not even a life at all. This is the reality of Andy, the inspiration for our project Resurrection.
Hardest thing ever I do is get by when I'm homeless. Because as soon as someone finds out you're homeless and you've got a blanket in your hand, that's it. You're an automatic junkie, you're an automatic waste of space. The mobile phone. I need set essentials. I need a towel. I need a toothbrush. I need toothpaste. I need some toilet roll. I need a flannel to wash my face. I need, essentials. Don't buy me a McDonald's. I don't want a McDonald's. I do not want a McDonald's. I'm living on the streets thinking to myself, do I want to live or do I want to die on the streets?
We know generic one-off interventions do not create sustainable positive impact. So we designed Resurrection, a tailored holistic solution to address the diverse needs of our beneficiaries at every stage of their journey.
Working alongside our 5 expert community partners, we empower those affected by homelessness through our 3-phase operating model: pride, connection, and purpose.
Phase 1, pride. First, we start by addressing our beneficiaries' immediate needs with warm clothing and non-perishable food items. We then crucially work to support them to restore pride and self-confidence with our toiletry essentials, including our very own sustainable shampoo bar. Our tailored care packages have already supported over 100 beneficiaries just this year.
Phase 2, connection. Imagine years of being ignored, abused, and unloved. As we heard from Andy, it doesn't take long for someone to feel as though their life is not worth living. Our ambition is to reintegrate our beneficiaries back into the community through one-to-one wellbeing sessions and group activities. Crucially, our Call a Friend program gives the opportunity to use a donated phone to connect with their support network and family.
And finally, phase 3, purpose. By continuously listening and assessing our beneficiaries' individual needs, we recognise this phase needs to be
easy to access without prior qualifications,
flexible to work around welfare appointments,
lead to paid employment in a supportive and safe environment,
be a practical, hands-on opportunity to offer a distraction to mental health challenges,
and importantly, tailored to each beneficiary.
Our answer? Barbering.
Working with local barbers and charities, we developed a work experience program giving a nationally recognised qualification.
So I think Resurrection is a really great to end homelessness sustainably. A job is such a crucial part in helping people escape homelessness. I think it's really awesome that they give people transferable skills. They use a practical-based job as a vehicle to help people transform their lives. People experiencing homelessness prefer practical-based programs because it keeps their mind occupied. Resurrection really make a difference.
To create sustainable positive impact, we applied sound business principles to develop the financial viability of our community program.
Capitalising on the opportunity of green consumption, we innovated our own line of sustainable plastic-free shampoo bars, which are already being sold in local zero-waste shops.
Incorporating a Robin Hood commercial model, the price of one shampoo bar includes the cost of a donation to our care package and generates a 16% surplus, which is reinvested. With at least 3 plastic bottles saved from landfill per sale, our measurable lasting improvement for the planet is clear.
Additionally, we've begun talks to innovate a jointly branded range of sustainable bamboo razors with our Enactus UK partner, BIC.
The packaging design will amplify the voices of our beneficiaries and include a link to donate and a call of action to support. The prototypes will be based on the 3 most susceptible demographics to homelessness in the UK, and this will work towards educating the community, changing the behaviour of society, and eradicating the stigma of homelessness.
Our financial viability is clear. We're in year 1 of operation and have already generated $1,500 of income. Our current operating plan and financial forecast projects we'll make a minimum of $10,000 by October 2023. With the full program costing $530, that's enough to support 15 beneficiaries like Andy, who with our help will never again have to question whether their life is worth living.
Our future aspirations don't stop there. We aspire to actively inform and influence government policy. We are change makers, determined to create a world where those affected by homelessness are heard, upskilled, and empowered.
We cannot and will not continue to walk past these people on our streets.
Chickpeas, beetroot, seaweed. What if we told you these simple ingredients, when made into a food supplement for cows, are the answer to the climate crisis, which is killing our planet?
We know what you're thinking. If this is the answer, then why not give it to every cow across the world?
Working with local farmers, we found they wanted to introduce the methane-reducing supplement, but with rising costs threatening their survival, it's simply not affordable.
Introducing Ecologico, our impact enterprise that saves the planet one cow at a time.
Working with our world-leading university chemistry department, we are developing our own methane-reducing supplement to sell directly to farmers. Our supplement will increase milk yield whilst lowering their emission tax threshold.
To financially underpin our operational plan, we innovated a methane calculator where individuals can assess and offset their personal methane footprint through a Sponsor a Cow program. This is supported in generating $4,000 in income. Our ambition is that the calculator will subsidise the cost of our supplement by 30%, making it affordable to farmers in comparison to emerging competitors.
The financial viability of our calculator is clear, but to generate the impact we want to see, we need to scale our business fast.
In addition to growing and selling the supplement ourselves, we innovated a franchise model that empowers farmers to use our recipe and technological innovation to develop the supplement themselves, increasing scale and affordability fast.
To scale geographically, we have collaborated with Arla, the 5th largest dairy farm in the world. Although early in development, just think, working with Arla's 9,700 farms and 1.7 million cows, our supplement could be climate saving.
Our ambition with Arla does not stop there. We've already put plans in motion around the world's first low methane milk, cheese and beef range, providing more choice to the environmentally conscious consumer and tapping into a market with an estimated worth of $36.3 billion by 2030.
Going further, prevention is more impactful than correction. We've already worked to empower 100 school children to address the climate crisis and invested in next-gen leaders to create a better, more sustainable world for us all.
Today, we have demonstrated to you true Enactus.
A community who delivers sustainable, positive impact on people, planet, and prosperity through our 3 impact companies.
But there's more!
Our 165 members have
developed 9 impact enterprises,
generated over $121,000,
saved over 500 tons of carbon dioxide from our atmosphere,
and have positively impacted the lives of 2,135 individuals.
From innovation to impact, our purpose is to place our beneficiaries at the core of all we do. We are change makers.
we are entrepreneurial leaders.
We are Enactus United Kingdom.
Do we have any questions? There'll be a long 5 minutes otherwise, so please ask some questions. Do we have any online? Not yet. We have to wait for the full 5 minutes to elapse otherwise, so. Yeah, sure.
Nice presentation, really love it. Do you will look to expand? For example, you mentioned the shampoo you have. Do you something you want, for example, a soap or a conditioner with the same type of project that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the moment, we're developing our own range of sustainable shampoo bars, but this is really early in operation. But of course, in the future, we'd love to expand to shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and expand our range as we reach out into more stores.
Hi guys, great presentation. more or less to fill up the time, what is like your favorite project out of the three?
Sure, so I'll start. So I was actually part of Ecologico last year. It was my first year within Enactus. I worked with a lot of people in this room and on the stage, and it's been a really, really great presentation and part of the team to be, ahead of. It's a really impactful project, and we've done loads of things, so that's why I really enjoy that.
Absolutely. I think for me, it's got to be Foodprint. Being students and with Foodprint being based in Nottingham, we can really see the impact that we're making in our local community and getting involved in actually knowing our beneficiaries on a personal level. So that's my favourite project.
I think for myself, it has to be Razoration. Looking at the real impact that we ourselves have made in our local community is really inspiring.
For myself, it would have to be Foodprint. I started Foodprint during my second year of university. I joined the project, and now to see the progress it's made, I'm currently doing my master's. It's phenomenal to see the impact we've made on the local community. So yeah.
Excellent presentation. Congratulations. I'm not clear about your partnership with BIC. Do you guys design the packaging or the razor? I'm not sure.
Absolutely. So BIC currently have a sustainable bamboo razor, and we're currently having conversations with them to include our own packaging that we've designed within that. So we've designed our own packaging based on the three most susceptible demographics to homelessness, which is single mothers, veterans, and the LGBT community. So with their razor and our packaging, we aim to raise awareness for our cause and also include a link to donate and action to support to really make our community aware of our cause. Do we have any questions online? How long do we have? 1 minute. Okay. Time for at least another question. Yeah. 1 minute. Oh, yes. Good.
Do you aim to implement the restoration strategy or plan that you have on other major cities to homeless persons, and which cities?
Absolutely. So at the moment, we're working in Nottingham as this is where we're based. So we're working with our specific local community. However, the plan is really to expand across the UK, maybe starting with the Midlands, which is where we're based. So Manchester and Leeds, and then of course, expanding to London, Glasgow, and all across the UK as our model can be replicated to help everyone, as this is an issue that is really severe in the UK and we want to help as many beneficiaries as possible. Ten seconds, okay. Put the mics back. Thank you.
So we do have one more team to go, almost there. Judges, at the back of the room, once we finish, there are some sandwiches and coffee, water in case you want. What? Right there. Oh. In about 3.5 minutes, we will continue. So make sure to give some feedback to those teams. Some ideas as well, if you have. We welcome the team from South Africa, so please judges, take your seats. Is Amy over here? Amy? Judges, help me welcome the team from South Africa. The team from Central University, Free State, Central University of Technology, Free State, South Africa. Just a quick comment. The items from the back, coffee and stuff, are for judges only. So if you are not a judge, please do not take the judge's food. Yeah. Let's make sure. When a judge is starving. You can do sound check if you want.
Shosholoza.
Shosholoza.
1 minute before your presentation begins.
Invited some people to come in.
You may now begin your presentation.
South Africa, a country known for
Here it is, South Africa, champions of the world.
I am human because you are human.
Nation building.
Medical history has been made in terms of world's first heart transplant.
By Professor Christian Barnett.
Despite all our potential, South Africa is also one of the most unequal societies in the world. South Africa is a country living at the forefront of the production and climatic challenges facing traditional food production systems. This is especially a concern given the fact that more than 70% of our rural population depend on agriculture for their livelihood.
Almost 14 million of our people live on less than $1.22 per day, and 46% of our citizens receive social grants, putting a significant burden on the shrinking tax base. Our unemployment rate of over 34% is one of the highest in the world, and devastating when you consider that this figure is at almost 75% of our youth.
By striving to achieve zero hunger, will have a positive ripple effect on other key developmental issues, as nutritional intake directly affects the quality of health and neurodevelopment in children, thereby impacting their learning potential. It also puts a huge strain on gender equality, as women and children tend to be disproportionately impacted by food shortages.
Today, we are going to be sharing our story, a story of how a drop of sweat became a ripple of impact that touched the lives of ordinary South Africans in an extraordinary way. 2 years ago, we first visited Gladstone Village in central South Africa and sought to understand the social circumstances its people are faced with. We talked to them, listened to their challenges and aspirations. From this, we learned that the community struggled with high unemployment, lack of basic farming, cooperative management, and entrepreneurial skills, lack of youth and women participation in agriculture, and lack of environmental conservation knowledge that led to poor soil conditions. However, there were community assets that could be leveraged. These included over 300 hectares of unused land, access to human labor, water infrastructure such as a borehole, a JoJo tank, and a windmill that required maintenance.
These insights were used to build a business model for Village 4. The model consists of two pillars, one farming and crop farming. The crop farming component empowers communities to use their livelihood assets such as land and water to stimulate employment, reduce inequality, and encourage youth and women's participation in agriculture.
In Gladstone Village, we identified 14 community members, which consisted of elderly men, youth, and one woman. In conversations with the beneficiaries, we learned that they had previously cultivated crops, but only generated a revenue of 350 rands.
Our first task this program year was to assist the beneficiaries to formally register Green, Gold, and Grey Cooperative. To upskill the beneficiaries on agricultural practices, we secured an international partnership with Patriot Vision in Action, also known as PAVA, an organization from Lesotho. PAVA aims to assist the communities to acquire skills to uplift
lift the standard of living and ultimately ensure food security. They provided our beneficiaries with training on crop and commercial farming, corporate governance, and business management skills.
Post the training, the team invested an amount of 25,000 Rand in the crop farming component of the project by sourcing a tractor to plow the land, fertilizers, pesticides, and 20 bags of potato seedlings. This outlay was made possible by Ford Motor Company and Harmony Gold Mining. With their newfound knowledge and the farming inputs by our team, our beneficiaries cultivated 2 hectares of land for potato farming in December 2021. The planting cycle is 4 months. During this period, we approached interstate bus lines to support our enterprising efforts at Village Farm.
Interstate sponsored packaging material for the sale of the first 300 bags of potatoes and a scale to the value of 4,700 rands. Due to their new farming skills, Green Gold and Grey Cooperative harvested 1,977 kgs of potatoes. We then facilitated access to markets through local community members and fast food outlets in 2 towns, namely Botshabelo and Bloemfontein. We generated almost 10,000 rands.
An amount of 1,100 was reinvested back into the cooperative by purchasing additional potato bags to professionalize product offering. Green Gold and Grey Cooperative now has a long-term strategy and applies crop rotation to ensure steady income. We're excited to see our beneficiaries diligently apply the principles and the contents of the training provided. But don't just hear it from us, let us hear what they have to say.
The project is actually bringing change in the community. I saw it last time when we were harvesting. We invited some people to come and help us, and in return, we gave them bags. I can regard that as one of the strategies of fighting poverty in our community. What I can tell Enactus, all I can say is thank you.
Despite the traction gained from the initial planting cycle, poor soil conditions remained a challenge. We saw an opportunity to vertically integrate by producing our own organic soil treatment compost. This led to the establishment of the second pillar of our project, known as worm farming.
Worm farming is the breeding of earthworms. These worms produce organic compost that is utilized to rehabilitate poor soil quality. Why vermicomposting, you ask? While fertilizers offer a quick boost to the plant, it leaves the soil chemically dependent. In contrast, vermicompost adds living microorganisms to the ground, breaking down organic matter and making it nutritionally available to the plant, resulting in an increase of up to 26% in commercial yield.
To kickstart the worm farming pillar, we partnered with Agribusiness Corner, who equipped 7 of our members on worm farming knowledge and skills. Following the training with Agribusiness Corner, we ordered the starter pack, which consisted of 2.5 kg of worms, feed, tools, and equipment to start breeding. This led to a capital investment of 36,000 rands.
Under ideal conditions, worms double their population within 60 to 90 days. In the process of breeding the worms, we learned many lessons, such as worms being sensitive to weather patterns, they take time to acclimatize, and the worm beds attract opposing threats such as ants. To mitigate these challenges, we tested and researched different methods of containing the ants without harming our worms. We landed on coffee residue and cinnamon as an addition to the feed for our worms. These ingredients repel ants and make the worm bed habitable.
In a bid to secure a reliable supply of coffee residue, we sought a partnership with Starbucks. The worms responded positively to our intervention, and currently we have a worm population of 12.5 kg, a 400% increase within just 4 months.
In partnership with the Community Engagement Unit at the Central University of Technology, we also hosted worm expos in 2 cities, namely Bloemfontein and Welkom, to create awareness about worm breeding and the business opportunities available in the market. 180 people were reached through the expos, and 45 showed interest in becoming worm breeders. 2 clients have bought worms to date, generating an income of 600 Rand.
The success of our worm farm led us to a strategic decision to set up the first worm farming training center in Central South Africa. The trainings and starter packs generated a revenue of 4,800 Rand.
Vermicomposting will mitigate the poor soil conditions in Gladstone and other areas where we will transpose our enterprising solution to. With our new partner, the Central University of Technology's Department of Agriculture, we are currently running tests on the quality of our compost. We view this compost as an opportunity to diversify in revenue through the sale of organic compost to local farmers.
Village Farm was recognized as one of the top 12 agricultural solutions within the Enactus Race to Feed the Planet. South Africa's second largest newspaper, Sunday World, and our media institution covered our story and reached 40,200 people. This exposure led to different stakeholders within the city, inviting us to agricultural seminar and launch different iterations of our agricultural solution. One such example is HTS Louis Botha, a local high school that approached us to solve their food insecurity problem for their boarding scholars.
Building on our achievements, our team is working on numerous agricultural innovations to make farming more accessible in South African low-income communities, where access to irrigation, water, and space are but only a few of the challenges these communities face. These innovations have already led to an employment of one community member as a technician. We have already sold 6 grow beds, with more people expressing interest. We generated a revenue of 2,430 rand.
What started as a job of passion has created a purpose-led social enterprise, driving change in rural South Africa. The ripples of this enterprise have positively impacted 44 direct beneficiaries with new skills and knowledge.
It led to rural farmers seeing a substantial increase in yield, no less than 7 worm breeders being introduced to a new industry, which opened up new economic possibilities for them and their families. We generated over 17,712 rands in revenue and created 1 job.
Enactus CUT would not have been able to achieve all of this without our partners and sponsors.
And this is what matters, the impact of our project. Because for us, an idea only deserves to exist if it does make a difference. Integrity, passion, innovation, and collaboration. These are not just any words for us, but these are the values that we live by. Values that drive us in believing that we can make a change. You see them reflected in our project today, and you will continue seeing them in our projects in the future. Hailing from South Africa, we are Enactus Central University of Technology.
The presentation has now ended, and we will begin the question and answer period.
As always, we have 5 minutes to fill, so please ask many questions. I'm going to pick on you. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, good.
How do you plan to expand the scope of your work with these current projects?
Thank you for the question. Currently, what we are currently doing, because our business model comprises of 2 pillars, within the crowd farming component of the project, we are currently transposing the same enterprising solution in a different rural area. And given that also we have 300 hectares to fill and have currently planted in only just 2, we are expanding that and making sure that there are more beneficiaries that come from the same rural area as well. And then from the worm farming component of the project, we have trained other worm breeders within the central region of South Africa, ensuring that we grow the business of breeding worms, ensuring that also with that it combats the problems that we are having environmentally with our soil. Thank you.
Hi, like your presentation, and my question will be, are you only concerned, I know the potatoes, the time to grow is a little bit shorter, but are you considering in a larger scale other products, for example, that basically have more rotations on your project or your pillars?
Thank you for your question. Yes, we actually have started planting spinach as well outside of the cycle of the potato. So we are considering other products that we're going to be putting in the soil.
2.5 minutes.
Great presentation. Other than capital, what will be the biggest roadblock that is not helping you to keep scaling up your business?
Thank you for your question. On the crop farming pillar of the project, it would be that it is climatic changes and the effect of global change, global warming, sorry. With that, but we have tried to ensure that we come up with a solution that is also tied in within the second pillar of the project. When we utilize vermicompost into your ground, it helps you retain the moisture content within the soil, making sure that your crops don't actually die easily. So with that being done, we're ensuring that our crops, we are ensuring that we actually harvest as much as we can possibly can to ensure that also the beneficiaries have the expected income that they need to support their families. Thank you.
Online questions from Martha. Have you encountered any challenges in educating communities about worm farming?
If I to ask again, the question is asking how have we gotten any challenges in terms of educating the community with worm farming?
Yeah, I'll repeat the question just in case. Have you encountered any challenges in educating communities about worm farming?
Not currently. We do not have that problem, given the fact that in Central South Africa, it was a new idea. So everyone was such astounded to see that the actual crops that, not crops, but the actual worms that we stay with, as much as it's a specific species, but they are able to do so much for them. So they are quite interested in actually knowing what can bring in income for them that will actually combat the challenges that are having towards poverty, towards food insecurity, and the rest that actually follow. Thank you.
15 seconds. If there's no more questions. Not online so far. Time has expired. Judges, please join me thanking the team from Central University of Technology, Free State, South Africa. All the spectators to leave the room. Time for judges to make some judging. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoy it. You have about 5 minutes to give feedback to the team individually, and then we will go through the process of ranking teams in order to decide who's going to pass to the next round. So make sure that you give some feedback, ideas, anything that you think that will help the project and improve is more than welcome.